Okay guys, so today's goal is to break down Annie's birth chart, which is one of my daughters. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Now. And blessings, brothers, sisters. Okay, so Annie's her rising sign, her first house is Aquarius. My first house is a Gemini. Jazz's first house is Gemini. So we're all close-knit when it comes to straightforward action, like calling someone out, when it comes to communicating how we feel, when it comes to being straightforward. We're always on point with each other. Funny thing, one of my other daughters is a Cancer rising, and my wife and I are Gemini rising, and Annie's an Aquarius rising. So when she gets angry at her sister, we're automatically like, dude, you called her out too much. You got angry. Stop doing that. Because she gets in this weird emotional trance when someone's not doing something they want. Like when someone's not doing something she wants them to do, she gets in an emotional, frustrated trance. So maybe that's something for Aquarius to look at. Sometimes emotional, frustrated trances can be debilitating. So that's something for sure for me to look at for her. Okay. I mean, give her a break. She's like 4 years old. Okay, so that's for first house. Second house is ruled by Taurus, which has to do with learning to till the ground and the earth and learning to understand oneself, becoming more close with the feeling side of yourself and becoming so entrenched with that you get to learn to be more of yourself. So that's that vibe. My second house is Cancer, Jazz's second house is Cancer, and Annie's second house is in Pisces, meaning that Pisces' second house is a type of personality that is really spiritually driven. So hardcore on the imagination. Take the imagination and dial it up a few notches. That's what a second house in Pisces would be like. Okay. And Annie, her second house is ruled by Leo. So she's really passionate about expressing her imagination. Okay, because of her second house energy. Second house being ruled by Taurus. Taurus being ruled by Venus. And her Venus being ruled by Leo. So she has more of a prideful, I am spiritual vibe. Okay. That's it. Now her third house is in Gemini. So the house of communication. And her third house is ruled by Aries. My third house is ruled by Leo. And Jazz's third house is ruled by Cancer. So Annie and I, when it comes to communicating through her third house, we're cool. And then in her Mercury, she has Virgo in her Mercury. And I have Libra in my Mercury. And Jazz has Taurus in her Mercury. So it would seem like Jazz would be able to communicate with Annie better than me, but because of Annie's third house, she's going to be able to communicate with her on the same plane as me mentally. Because once again, my third house is in Leo. So when it comes to me for communicating through Libra and Leo, I'm prideful about my mental structure. That's why I'm into astrology, because it's this mental structure, okay? You have positive, masculine, negative, feminine energy, mental structures, okay? Both of those have to have a balance when you communicate with others. Libra has an obsession with relationships, so yeah, here we are. Anyways, so Annie's, her third house, is in Aries, so she's really passionate about structure, just like me, except she's more passionate about structure that has to do with things around her. So she needs to have things that she's looking at structured. So she needs things that she's looking at to be structured and somewhat spiritual. And she's really prideful about her spirituality. It's really important to her. Fourth house. Her fourth house is in Taurus. Okay? Fourth house is ruled by Cancer. Okay? Fourth house has to do with your structure and family, with your love, communication, and stuff like that. Okay? So we have my daughter's fourth house in Taurus. My fourth house is in Virgo. Jazz's fourth house is in Leo. So Jazz has a lot of pride about her home and her family and her structure. I have a lot of nitpicky stuff about my structure and my family. I'm super nitpicky. I'm very nitpicky. And Annie is really grateful for her family because she has Taurus in her fourth house. So she's super grateful, so much gratitude. I would like to say that a good superpower for Taurus would definitely be gratitude. That energy to appreciate everything up to the next extent, which is really cool. Okay, so fifth house is ruled by Leo, which means the house of pride, the house of podiums, the house of speaking, the house of playing music and expressing oneself and blah, 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 okay? So fifth house with expression. Annie is a big communicator with her fifth house in Gemini. So Gemini fifth house, super talkative, super prideful. She loves talking. She loves talking. I mean, you can literally always hear her in the background when I'm speaking. Okay, so she's really big on talking because of her fifth house. And then her son, this could explain why she gets frustrated sometimes. Because with her fifth house is ruled by the sun, and it's also the fifth house, correct? Okay, so, but her fifth house is in Gemini, but her sun is in Virgo. So Virgos like to have everything structured. But fifth house in Virgo, like her fifth house is in Gemini. Gemini is a messy character. Everything's always messed up with Gemini. So that's going to be a battle that she gets to face. You get to face that battle, and I hope you make it through it. I'm sure you're going to make it. I'm sure it's going to be really empowering for you, okay? Yeah, so Leo, fifth house, Gemini, the energy is going to be very challenging. So definitely ask us questions, just like with Ali, you know. You guys ask us questions so you can learn more. And we'll definitely eventually do one on all three of you guys together so that we can understand you guys' communication with each other, which will be really fun for me. Okay. Next we have sixth house. The sixth house is ruled by Virgo, and Virgo is very, very structured. Breaks everything down, has to have everything in order. So sixth house energy is very ordered. Annie's sixth house is in Cancer. So she nurtures things into being in congruence. So maybe when people start making you uncomfortable, I'm sure when you get older, when people start making you uncomfortable, you're just going to nurture them into the right position. So everything's going to be very methodical and beautiful, which is going to be really cool to look at and watch. Mine and Jazz's six houses are in Scorpio. So when it comes to having things structured, it's going to be fun for us because we get to watch you guys grow. You know, from nothing to a beautiful, flowering being. So grateful you guys are here. And I love you guys so much. Dude. I literally don't know what to do without you guys. Okay. So seventh house. Your seventh house is ruled by Libra, which is all about balance. Balancing that scale. Things start getting too bad, oh my gosh, we're gonna fall. Things start getting too good, oh my gosh, still not good, we're gonna fall. Okay? So, seventh house. Annie, your seventh house is ruled by Leo. So you're balancing your pride in your life. Throughout your whole life, you're gonna be balancing out your pride. Am I too prideful? Am I yelling at my sisters? Okay, I need to calm down. You know? Am I not prideful enough? Do people not care about me? Okay, I need to start caring about myself more. It's going to be a balancing act. So that's where you balance in your life. Okay? So that's a good thing for you to know for sure. Ooh, and something that's really fun is that your 7th house, which is ruled by Libra, and your Venus is also ruled by Leo. So your 7th house and your Venus are both ruled by Leo. So you're definitely going to be able to understand the whole balancing act of your life. It's going to be really easy for you to know what's going on and how bad you are. You're going to really have a good eye on it. You're going to be really, really, really tuned to that. You're tuned to understand how you express your feelings and how you express your feelings to balance out. So that's really cool to see. I'm going to be really happy to see that part of you grow. Okay. Your 8th house. 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio is all about depth, the darkness, the death and rebirth. Okay, constantly dying and reborn, then rising above, and then dying and then reborn, rise above kind of vibe. Okay, so 8th house. Your 8th house, Annie, is ruled by Virgo. Oh yeah, by the way, we'll talk about my 7th house is actually ruled by Sagittarius, and Jazz's 7th house is ruled by Sagittarius, which is a planet of I know kind of vibe. Okay, so our 7th house is in Sagittarius. We're always focused on balancing our lives. The Sagittarius focus on balancing their life by learning new things and picking out the really cool bits. Okay. Next we have 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, which has to do with the depths, the hells, the scary parts. Yours, Annie, your 8th house is ruled by Virgo. So when you get really nervous or scared, you're gonna be focused on breaking things down bit by bit so you can get everything done. Okay, and just clean it up, right? Okay, my 8th house is in Capricorn, and Jazz's 8th house is also in Capricorn. So we're working with energy that is going to work really hard to get through that dark night of the soul. Okay. 9th house ruled by Libra. 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, which has to do with that I want to learn energy. I want to learn everything, but I also want to be able to apply it and be happy in my life. Sagittarius, 9th house. Annie's 9th house is in Libra, which means that she's going to enjoy learning everything from everyone, and she's going to learn how to balance it with understanding. And then she's going to have really cool relationships. They're going to lead her to grow more and become more stable and more empowered. My 9th house is in Aquarius. So I like to look at people and express to them what my goals are and expect them to help me with my goals, as long as I am being right by them. So Jazz's 9th house is in Capricorn. So with work, she's going to be very astute and very strong and very determined. And she's going to find all the things that need to be done. My Saturn's ruled by Sagittarius, so I definitely get those vibes, you know? You got to find those things that need to be done so that your life can like explode and be really positive and magical and stuff. Okay, so 10th house, Scorpio. Annie, you have Saturn in Scorpio also, so that's cool. Now 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, okay? But Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn, Capricorn rules Saturn, however you want to put it. So Annie, you have really good, deep expression. You're going to understand all the depths of the ocean, the depths of the sky, whichever you choose, the depths of anything you choose. You're going to be able to go super in and then express it and share it with the world. And you're gonna blow people's minds, okay? So that's your goal in life, probably. I don't know. We'll see what happens. My 10th house is in Pisces, so my goal is to, through my Saturn in Sagittarius, my goal is to speak up to people and to tell them about what they should be doing and to express spirituality with them. Okay. Jazz's 10th house is in Aquarius, so her goal is to really understand politics. And that's a big deal because Aquarians are super into politics. When I think about Aquarians, I always think about Captain America. So that's a vibe that's really relevant in life, to really take care of community. Okay, 11th house. My 11th house is in Aries. Aries is in Sagittarius, but 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, so that's the planet that has to do with politics, communication, the earth holding together, everything that has to do with beingness. Well, the right ingredients to make something so it doesn't taste bad. Having those, that's important. You gotta remember those things, okay? So, 11th house, Annie, you're ruled by Sagittarius, so when it comes to knowing the right things, you're going to be very eclectic. You're going to pick out a lot of different things, and then you're going to come up with your own ideas and your own personality, your own perspective. My 11th house is in Aries, so I'm going to do the same thing except way faster, and I'm going to have way more ingredients. And I'm going to not care if I mess up, because I mess up all the time, so I'm definitely going to train you not to mess up by messing up with you all the time. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Jazz's 11th house is in Pisces, so she's going to be really, really lit. Like, she already knows all the things that she already messed up with. So she's going to try all the new things that are always going to work. So that's going to be really cool. 12th house is ruled by Pisces. Annie, your 12th house is Capricorn. So to understand spirituality, you're going to have to work really hard in life. For me to understand spirituality and Jazz, both being ruled by Taurus, we're going to be able to work really hard about understanding ourselves by doing the mundane things. So that'll be fun. And that's it. And thank you.